You know, I wanted to, here at the top of the show, talk about something that's actually, I'm curious if other people have noticed this. Have you noticed that a lot of celebrities have their own production companies? You know, at the end of their shows or their films, you'll see the name of their company and the logo.
Right.
You've noticed this,
like personalized, and they think up the name, and it sort of expresses, you know,
something about them. Well, David Letterman's company, at the end of his show, it says Worldwide Pants.
Right.
And I think Oprah Winfrey, at the end of her show, it says Harpo Productions, and there's her pulling a little Harpo insignia in a wagon. And Steven Spielberg's, I think, is the most famous. It's Amblin Entertainment. It's got the silhouette of E.T. and the kid on the bike.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I thought it might be kind of interesting to look at some of the other production company names and logos that are out there, because I don't think people are aware of these, and some of them really match the celebrity pretty nicely. And it's a little piece that we're calling Celebrities Incorporated. Pet it, and it goes away. First rule of show business.
That's not medical advice.
Yeah, okay. Man, Judith Starr woman's gonna be mad now. I put a hex on thee, Richter.
Yeah, well, she could go ahead and pet it.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
Yeah. I just took the bold stance of insulting someone I made up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when you move up to insulting Hanson and Michael Jackson, you'll become a true man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, first up, what was the idea behind this piece again?
Celebrities Incorporated.
Yeah. Okay.
Companies and logos.
Right. Thanks. Celebrities Incorporated. Companies and logos. Thanks, pal.
Well.
First up, thank you, Claude Akins. All right. First up is we looked up. Tori Spelling actually has a production company of her own. There's a picture of her and thinking about me, and she has her own production company, and I thought the name of her company was very interesting and telling. Check it out. It's called Thanks Daddy Productions. This is the end of all her projects. Now, we all know and love Regis Philbin, of course. There he is. Regis Philbin, who whenever I go on his show calls me Conan. Not that I mind, of course. Hey, Conan, how are you? All right, back to the piece. Enough of my personal bitching. Regis Philbin formed his production company, and he formed it soon after he started working with Kathy Lee Gifford, and it's called Kill Me Now Productions. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Conan, how's Andy? I'm going to let it go. It's not really bothering me. I've only been on the air 5 years and been on a show 6 times. Next up is Kenny G. That's right, folks. Kenny G has a production company. There's his DMV photo. And the name of his production company shows that he has a lot of self-awareness. He kind of knows where he is in the scheme of things. His production company is called At Least I'm Not Michael Bolton Productions. And Michael Bolton posed for the photograph for Kenny G. I'm calling it At Least I'm Not Michael Bolton. Will you pose? Yeah, sure.
Sure, whatever.
Look really glum. Marlon Brando has a production company. That's right. He finally has a production company, and the name really suits him. It's called Are You Gonna Eat That Productions? Acting legend brought down a notch. Now, you'd expect Martha Stewart to have a production company because she sells so much stuff. You'd think it's only right. But I was a little taken aback by the name she chose. It's called You'll Never Be Me Productions. Such a mean thing, but look how pretty it looks.
It sure is nice. I'm not at all offended by pastels.
No. It's a robin's egg blue. So Annie could say the meanest thing in the world to you. I could send you the meanest note in the world, but if it was in pastels?
I would just frame it.
Okay. I got to bring up Danny DeVito, because his company name is kind of interesting. It sort of shows that he's a little self-conscious about certain things, maybe even a little defensive. It's called Can't Ride Space Mountain Productions. I'm a fan, Mr. DeVito. Sylvester Stallone is a huge star. He's a huge, huge star, so you'd expect him to have his own production company, wouldn't you, Andy? But, and so we looked it up, and I thought the name of his company makes a lot of sense. It's called Productions. It's his mating call. Did you know that? And I saw a movie the other day with Richard Gere, and it was a movie about Tibet. And at the end of the movie, they showed his production company logo. And it's pretty fascinating. Here's what Richard Gere named his company. It's called Nervous Gerbil Productions. I'd like to say my lawyer has asked me to say that we don't get that one.
Yeah, I don't get that one at all.
And finally, last but not least, we looked up, we found out that someone on our very own show has a production company. Max Weinberg has his own production company. Yeah, it's the company he's gonna, he's developing sitcoms and stuff on the side.
Sure.
And it's, I don't know, Max, I was surprised to see the name of your production company. It's called She Looked 18 Productions. Just a very wise and sage nod from Mr. Max Weinberg. All right. We're going to take a little break right now. We got a great show tonight.
Good one.
Laryngitis or no laryngitis, this show is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt LeBlanc is going to be here when we return, so stick around.